Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vivian. I am a crystal therapist, ceremonial cacao guide, and start life frequency energy healer. So I'm really excited for today's video. It's part of a series that I've been wanting to do for a while, so I'm like super proud of myself for filming this video and finally like initiating a project that I have kind of just had on the back burner for a while. So here we go. This video is about ceremonial, well, I wouldn't say it's about ceremonial cacao. It's a ceremonial cacao review. And ceremonial cacao has been growing in popularity very much recently. So I wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about one of the cacao brands that I work with personally. Yes, so I'm not nervous or anything. All right, so today the review is on Cacao Laboratory, also known as Cacao Lab, and here is the packaging. This is a kilo, so I usually, I'm a cacao girl, okay? Like, cacao spice over here. That was like my nickname. I still carry it, but I just don't it's not in my Instagram bio anymore. But yeah, I'm a cacao bean. So yeah, Cacao Lab. I like to purchase it by the kilo because, let's be real, I drink a lot of it and it just makes more sense for me personally. So this is what a kilo would look like. And Cacao Lab is Ecuadorian cacao. It's Arriba Nacional. It's an heirloom strain, and heirloom strains means that it is in its original genetic form and has not been genetically modified in any way, shape, or form. So basically, like 5,000 years ago, this was the strain that they were working with in this region. So it's Ecuadorian cacao, like I mentioned. There's cacao that comes from many different regions. It comes from Guatemala, Ecuador, Peru, where else? Belize, Mexico. So, you can count, Dominican Republic, hello. You can find cacao from many different regions. This is ceremonial grade cacao. This is the only type of cacao that they really work with. Recently, they've been branching out into making like delicious medicinal chocolates. So shout out to Federico for exploring and living his inner child's best life by becoming a self-made, self-taught chocolatier. I see you. It is a family-owned company, so it is run by Florencia and Federico Friedman. They are super amazing people. I've known them for several years now, and they actually, Florencia actually is who introduced me to cacao. So this is actually the first company, the first brand that I started working with. When I started drinking cacao, when I was introduced to cacao, it was through Cacao Lab. So that's like 4 years strong. I've been working with this cacao for 4 years, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, like 4 years. So I know what I'm talking about, okay? I've had plenty of time to experience this cacao. So needless to say, like, it continues to be one of my staple cacaos. Like, you can always count on Cacao Lab for quality and just for being an all-around whole cacao product. So it is roasted. This cacao specifically is roasted. Sometimes you come across brands that are not roasted, and you can definitely taste the difference when the cacao is roasted versus when it is not roasted. I personally prefer when the cacao beans are roasted because it definitely helps to bring out the flavor profile, and then it also has like the the energetic imprint of the fire, you know, like that transformation, awakening the soul. Personal preference, you know, everyone has theirs. This one isn't as heavily roasted. So I'm going to start with saying this. This is an excellent cacao to start your cacao journey with. If you have not had cacao before, Cacao Lab is a really great way to go because it is definitely a palatable cacao to start with. I mean, ceremonial cacao, when you start drinking it, you're kind of just like, oh my gosh, because it's pretty much you're drinking like just dark chocolate, and it's just the cacao and water. That's it, you know, like there's no making it cute. You can make it cute, but when we're speaking like realistic, like if you're taking it like traditionally the way that it was made, if you wanted to have it like as a medicinal product, it's just water and cacao, which can be a little hard to take down. But this one specifically makes it a lot easier because the flavor profile isn't as harsh because it's lightly roasted. So when you first start drinking cacao, this is like a really great introductory product to work with. And even if you're not new to cacao, it's still an amazing product to work with. Hence why, you know, years later, I'm still working with Cacao Lab. So I'll just take this out so you can see what it looks like. People are usually curious of what it looks like. So this super giant chocolate bar, you can see like the different layers. So you would chop this up. For a single serving, a meditational dose, you would do like about a third of one of these squares. And there's so many ways that you can go about this. Like you can just chop a piece whenever you're ready to drink it, or you can like chop a whole bunch, keep it in a mason jar or a glass jar, and when you're ready to prepare your cacao, you just take like about a tablespoon, maybe 2, depending on how deep you plan on going. It looks kind of thick and crazy, but it's really easy to chop. It's very easy to chop or even grate, which I appreciate so much because I have come across cacaos that are literally like bricks, like putting all of like my arm and elbow grease into it. And I'm a yoga teacher. I do chatarangas, okay? I got some strength up in here, but some cacao blocks, I'm like, you know, I'm freaking tired. Even grating it is like, it's not as smooth as a process. So this chops very easily and it mixes very, very easily. So when you are preparing your cacao, you warm your water up. You know, it doesn't have to be like a rolling boil. Just warm it up enough so that the cacao paste can melt in the water, begin to emulsify. Now this is a labor of love. It's important to be patient because when you first add the cacao into the water, it's not going to melt right away. So give yourself enough time to be present with it and stir it and, you know, set your intention and everything. I'm not going to go super deep into the preparation process of cacao. I do already have a video on how to prepare ceremonial cacao on my page, so you can reference that. But yeah, so this mixes very well in water. It emulsifies very well in water. So that means that when you just make it in a pot and you don't use any like blender or frother or anything, and you just stir it, it'll blend really, really nicely so that it's not it won't end up feeling super grainy. You may find that sometimes working with other cacao brands, like if you don't blend it or use a frother, it's so grainy. Like there's just so much cacao particles, like no matter how long you let it sit in the warm water and stir it, like it just doesn't completely emulsify. But Cacao Lab, super great with that. Now, if you do want to use the blender or a frother, it also blends super well. It ends up really thick and creamy and the texture is just the bomb. So when we're talking about the like preparation process as far as chopping, the way that it melts or emulsifies in the water. Check, 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 check. Super, super great. Nice, nice, nice. This is plain, so there's nothing else added into it. If you did want to add something else into it, this is a really great product to work with because, again, while it is roasted, it's not as robust, so it won't overpower any of the other notes that you want to add into it. So if you want to add a bit of rose or cardamom or cinnamon, you'll still be able to notice whatever additions you bring into this cacao, because the taste of this cacao is not super overpowering. Now they do have other blends as well. They have elemental blends: earth, air, fire, and water. I'll definitely be making videos on those as well. The elemental blends do have some like additional herbs added into them, or like superfoods added into them. So if you want to explore those, something a little bit extra other than just the plain cacao, then you have that option as well. Or you can just experiment in your own kitchen. Yeah, so this, like I said, you can drink it straight. Like, you don't need to add any sweetener. You can definitely take it back. Not saying that it's like gonna be, eventually you will develop the palate for ceremonial cacao. So I'll just say that right now. However, if you do want to add some sweetener, you can add some agave, some panela. Panela is like dried sugarcane juice, so it's like a really great source of sweetener, or a great option for a sweetener. It's also known as jaggery in the Ayurvedic tradition. Or you can use maple syrup or honey. I usually don't recommend honey for sweetening cacao, because if you want it to taste sweet, you have to add a lot of honey. Otherwise, like, just use like a pinch of agave or maple syrup, or just drink it straight. You can do it. Open that heart. Okay, yeah, so that's like, you know, preparation, blah, 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 all those things that I just shared. So let's get into the super fun part, which is the energetics, which is like why we are drinking cacao, right? Because we heard that it's a heart opener, and, you know, it's a really amazing plant medicine, and whatever magical things you've heard about cacao already. And I will say yes, 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 yes. Energetically, this is an excellent product to work with. Like I said, I have been drinking cacao for like 4 years, and Cacao Lab has been on my journey throughout the entire time. And I can honestly say that this is a super reliable product. And, you know, like, I'm not just saying this because, like, I know Flo or Fede or anything like that. Like, your word is so powerful, and you know, there's so much integrity that comes with the way that you speak and what you stand up for and what you speak for. And I'm not gonna put my face on something that I actually don't believe in. Like, absolutely not. So I say with full confidence and full integrity that this is an amazing product to work with. Anything that you are going through, like, honestly, cacao is such a powerful ally. You know, it's, yes, it is known as a heart medicine, but like, realistically, like, come on, the heart is the bridge. It's the bridge between your lower self and like the higher self of you. So it's the bridge between, like, you know, the earth and the heavens. This is like such a powerful command center that pretty much will also dictate how other things are running. You know, when there is any sort of imbalance with the heart space, physically, or energetically speaking, it affects you in different areas. So whether you are wanting to bring in more joy, allowing yourself to cultivate joy and feel joy, express joy, excitement, gratitude, super big. If you want to become more present, just go deeper into your meditations. If you want to forgive, if you want to learn to love yourself, to give and receive love, if you want to hone in on your intuition, like, there's so much that cacao can do for you. And, you know, everything comes down to your intention. Like, what is your intention for drinking cacao, for sitting with this medicine? And, you know, it's just like when you go into a ceremony, it can, cacao ceremonies can all be so different. Like, you can go to one that's like super like uplifting and it's all about celebration and everything, and then you can go to other ones where like you are freaking bawling your eyes out. It's really powerful. You know, it's not to be underestimated what cacao can do for you just because it's like non-psychoactive. You know, if anything, I feel like that's what makes it so special, that it doesn't take you away from what you are experiencing or force you into anything. It's definitely like, you know, we call her Mama Cacao. It's a mothering energy that is gonna come to you real. She's gonna come to you real. And she won't sugarcoat anything, but also will not force you to go where you are not ready to go yet. So, yeah, I think this is a good enough video. Cacao Lab, it's super awesome. I can't recommend it enough. It's beginner friendly. It is like seasoned cacaoista friendly. Beautiful company, beautiful brand, curated by beautiful people. So yes, go for it. I will continue to make these videos. I love talking about cacao. So I'll continue to make these videos. The next video, I won't actually, I'm not going to overcommit to what the next video will be, but I'll definitely be going into the different elemental bars, which I absolutely love. I love the elemental bars. As well as chatting about, you know, my journey throughout different cacao products. So if you are looking for a really reliable product as far as like just overall, like if you want going for the physical benefits, sure. Going for the taste, yes. If you're going for the energetics, absolutely. Cacao Lab is the way to go. In the description box, I will leave my discount code. You get 10% off every single order. So it's not like a one-time thing. Every single time that you order, you'll get 10% off of your order. So that'll be in the description below. Other than that, thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys have any questions whatsoever about cacao, please put them in the comments below. When I'm just like talking right off the dome, I have so much that I want to say, so I may forget. And also, like, if not, the video would be an hour long of me just talking about like one cacao thing. So your comments and your questions will definitely assist me in kind of like channeling the energy in where it is that you want it to go, or the information that you would like to receive. If you have worked with Cacao Lab, also let me know, or any other cacao brands, let me know your experience. This is something that is so near and dear to my heart, that has absolutely assisted me in changing the trajectory of my life, opening so many doors, and assisting me in expanding and integrating. I cannot praise cacao enough. So yeah, please like this video and subscribe if you are not already subscribed. If you would like to connect with me, every single Monday I have an energy healing circle online on Zoom. It's sliding scale. Everyone is welcome, no experience necessary. And I have an upcoming women's retreat in Guatemala. So it'll be in Lake Atitlan, which is an incredible energetic vortex. It is an amazing lake, like the most beautiful, incredible lake that I have seen to date, surrounded by volcanoes. It's just a wild experience being there. And we are very blessed and lucky to be working with the local Mayan elders throughout the retreat. So they will be assisting and supporting us, introducing us to their different spiritual practices. And very, very important that I have to mention is that we will be doing very deep womb work. So we'll be working with the local midwives who are, I say this all the time, but I think it's definitely worth saying, they're born into this lineage of being a womb worker. And as early as 12 years old, they are already actively delivering babies, which it's absolutely like mind-blowing. So if you're interested in joining me in Guatemala, as well as a group of other amazing women, you can also find the link in the description for that below. It is a small group. I don't really like to have huge retreats because I like to keep it intimate where people can connect and there is time for integration, for talking, and just to keep the energetic container in integrity. So please reach out if you have any questions about that. And if you would like to explore a one-on-one session with crystal therapy, I will also be more than happy to walk you through that process. It is a very profound modality. You can also find my previous videos where I talk about my own personal experience with the crystal therapy, kind of to just like get those curiosity juices flowing for you. Okay, so yeah, I've said a lot. I think my underarms are like sweating. But yeah, I love you guys. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao. Ahava.